Should we worry about robots taking our jobs? Everywhere you turn, there's talk about robots coming for our jobs. And yeah, you've probably heard all the hype about automation boosting productivity and efficiency like nobody's business. Agriculture isn't sitting this dance out. Automation's taking over there, too. AgTech, short for agricultural technology, is changing the game with its cool robots, sensors, and brainy algorithms. There's a big debate going on about whether all this automation stuff is awesome or awful, and that conversation's really heating up in the farming world. This isn't the first time tech has nixed jobs in agriculture. And now there's even bigger stuff to worry about. Like more mouths to feed, farmers getting older, and the weather acting all weird. Back when the Industrial Revolution was wrapping up, over half of all Americans were working the fields. Fast forward to now, and that number's shrunk to less than 2%. Why? Technology's a huge part of that story. In that era, tractors and electric machines started doing the job of horse-drawn stuff and a lot of the manual work. This tech boost meant farms could pump out more food without needing as many hands, letting folks head off to work in other areas. This tech wave also made food cheaper. Think about it. In 1900, families were spending 40% of their cash on food. Now it's around 15%. The tech train hasn't stopped. With self-driving tractors, super accurate farming, and crop sensors keeping things moving. A company in Japan named Spread is taking it to the next level, building a totally automated lettuce farm using indoor vertical farming and hydroponics. This could mean more lettuce per square foot and less chance of getting nasty bugs in the mix. Mino Ando, part of Spread's PR team, mentions, as farms start using more automation, we're seeing the same kind of improvements in efficiency, productivity, and safety that kicked off after the Industrial Revolution. Some folks might not be thrilled about the idea of fewer farm jobs, but it's going to cut down on the cost of running a farm and make things like planting and picking faster and more accurate. Spread's not just about automating lettuce. They're looking to shake up the farming business model to keep profits steady. This could mean farms have the cash to hire extra hands when they really need them, like during busy seasons, which could give the economy a little boost. And let's be real, technology isn't going to take over every job on the farm. A study by McKinsey found that about 60% of farm work could potentially be automated. Sure, this fancy ag tech is going to mean some jobs disappear. There's been plenty of talk about how automation's been cutting manufacturing jobs in the US. And a study from Ball State University points out how manufacturing jobs took a dive from 2000 to 2010 after a decade of growth. Agriculture might see a slightly different impact, but the general trend's likely to be the same. So, should we be freaking out about job losses from agtech? Most economists think that while automation might make things rocky job-wise in the short term, it's going to pay off in the long run. If we look back at how new tech usually rolls out, even though it scares people at first and gets some pushback, it doesn't end up causing mass unemployment or making everyone poorer. The 48% of American farm workers who found themselves out of a job when electric machines came on the scene didn't stay unemployed. They found work in new fields. As for spread, their lettuce is now stocked in about 2,300 stores across Japan. The marketing squad at the company pulls everything together right at home, from dreaming up product packaging to decking out the storefronts. This shift means fewer folks are needed for making stuff and more for getting it out there. Sure, robots can take over some of the grunt work, but they're mostly nabbing those repetitive tasks that used to require manual labor. Ando from Spread chimes in. This frees up people to dive into the more imaginative and fulfilling aspects of work, like marketing and research and development. And it's not just a company thing. This shift is part of a bigger picture that's playing out across the board, in every sector, agriculture included. To make sure we're all ready for the shift, we've got to double down on learning new skills and sharing knowledge. This way, everyone can grab a piece of the pie when it comes to these advancements. And hey, don't buy into the doom and gloom about robots swiping all our gigs. While some jobs in manufacturing might seem like they've packed up and left the US, the truth is, manufacturing's pumping out more than ever. It's just that nowadays, it takes fewer people to crank out more goods, thanks to tech and automation. This has got some folks worried that robots are about to run the show, sparking debates about income inequality and fueling the push for ideas like universal basic income. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sure, robots are reshaping the workforce, but they're not closing the curtain on human employment. The real deal is that as some doors close, others open. Think about it. Every leap in tech, from robotics to AI, not to mention the e-commerce boom, doesn't spell the end of work. It just means the work changes. We'll still need brains for the creative stuff, designing products, dreaming up new machines, programming those machines, and cooking up the ads to sell them. And who knows what kinds of jobs will pop up next? Roles like software engineers and digital marketers were unheard of not too long ago. If you think this is just pie-in-the-sky thinking, that there's no way new jobs can keep up with the ones we're handing over to machines, well, history begs to differ. Take the agricultural revolution as Exhibit A. Back in 1810, farming employed 84% of folks. Fast forward, and only 1% of the workforce is in farming today. Yet we're not drowning in unemployment. That's because as jobs in one area fade away, new ones sprout up, sometimes in fields we haven't even imagined yet. The key? As machines up our productivity game, incomes rise. More money means more spending, and that spending gets the ball rolling on creating new jobs, new products, and new services. Back in 1810, nobody was whipping up lattes or doing those jobs. And fast forward to 2110, we'll be seeing jobs that we can't even dream up yet. The big misunderstanding comes when folks assume that just because robots are on the rise, all jobs will vanish. What they're missing is that new gigs, ones that tap into the unique human touch, are always on the horizon. The whole saga of machines taking over farming jobs serves as solid proof that even when tons of jobs get automated, it doesn't spell the end of work for us humans. Sure, robots might snag some of our current roles, but they can't snatch up the jobs that haven't been thought up yet. That's on us, the inventors. As we march forward, the role of automation in farming has sparked quite the debate. On one side, the boost in efficiency and productivity that automation brings can mean bigger profits and a leaner, greener farming scene. But flip the coin, and there's the worry that all this tech could push human workers out, stirring up concerns about job losses and what the future holds for folks in farming. One of the biggest pluses of bringing automation into agriculture is the uptick in efficiency. Machines don't tire out, they don't need coffee breaks, and they're ready to go 24/7. This not only pumps up productivity on the farm but also cuts down on labor costs. Plus, letting machines take over can trim down those pesky human errors that can cost time and dough. Another thumbs up for automation is how it can make farming kinder to our planet. Precision farming tools, like GPS and drones, let farmers use resources like water more wisely, slashing waste and dialing down farming's footprint on Mother Nature. Machines can also be game changers in how pesticides and fertilizers are used, applying them with pinpoint accuracy to avoid overuse and harm to the environment. Despite the hand-wringing over potential job losses, it's clear that automation's got a role to play in farming's future. Like with any shiny new tech, it's key for farmers to weigh the good against the bad before jumping on the automation bandwagon. By considering both the perks and the pitfalls, farmers can make savvy choices about whether automation fits their field of dreams. That's a wrap on our deep dive into farm tech. How's all this talk of agricultural automation sitting with you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you dug this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more farm futurism. Catch you on the flip side, in our next video adventure.